All right, hey everybody, I want to walk you through these important questions. Before I get started, I do want to apologize for the fan that's kind of blowing the papers around. I hope it doesn't bother you and mess you up as you do your work. But yeah, let's get straight to this. This segment addition postulate, what does that mean? We're going to add two parts of segments together to equal a whole. In this case, I got three segments, FD, DR, and FR. The parts are FD and DR, segments FD and segments DR. The whole segment is segment FR. So there's a couple different ways I can ask the questions, but it's FD plus DR equals FR. If I just give you a length, like FD equals 12, like we did here, and DR equals 6, then FR, we're going to combine those two and make 18. Easy peasy. If it tells you that FR, that's the whole, is 30, and then that other part, FD, is 21, well, what plus 21 will equal 30? Of course, that would be 9. Hopefully you figured that out. Hopefully you understand this too. I'm just doing the same question. The color, this orange color here goes with number 1, the blue color is number 2, just to make sure that just using the same diagram. Number 3, same diagram, but I got variable expressions here. DR is 2n plus 1. Strongly recommend that you write that up there next to the diagram. FR, that's our whole, is 9x minus 6. And then FD is 5n plus 7. Don't get messed up by the fact that this order doesn't matter. It's all based on the diagram. It's part plus part equals whole. So then go write that equation, 5n plus 7 plus 2n plus 1 equals 9n minus 6. Combine some like terms. 5n plus 2n is 7n. The 7 plus 1 is 8. Need to get those n's together, minus 7n on both sides. Add 6 to both sides. I get 14 is equal to 2n, and then n equals 7. What this means is if I plug in 7 for n up here, I get 15 for DR, I get 42 for FD, and I get 57 for FR. And yeah, 42 plus 15 equals 57, so that sounds pretty cool. Good. How the midpoints question work? Well, it's the same idea in a lot of ways, except for what this phrase gets you are two congruent segments. In this case right here, that means that segment CA equals segment AT. So I can mark them as such. That's what these little tick marks mean. If I give you these lengths, when CA equals 9, CT will equal 18. If it were to tell you that CT equals 24, then the two parts, because they're equal, would have to be equal 12 and 12. So number 6 is the same concept, but if CA equals 2x plus 8 and AT equals 6x minus 4, well, those two parts are congruent because of the midpoint. So I get to write this, just set them equal and then go solve. I got myself that x equals 3. When you plug those suckers in, I got 14 for both of those, which that's what we want to see. If each of those are 14, it asks me to solve for CT right here. Well, I plugged in 3 and got 14, and 14 together makes 18, or 28 rather. Number 7 is the same concept, however, it gives us CA is 3n minus, plus 5, and CT, the whole, is 9n minus 5. Those two parts aren't equal. A part can't equal a whole. We need to know what this other part is. Well, since they're congruent, I get to say that it's also 3n plus 5. Now it's part plus part equals a whole, just like we did before. I go solve and get that n is equal to 5. It asked me what the length of CT is. Well, I got that CA here was 20, and then I got that CT was equal to 40. And that jives. That's good. We like that. Okay. Moving on. I know I'm going pretty fast here, but y'all can help each other or pause it as needed. All right, number 8. The measure angle BYH is, this is the angle addition postulate. It's just like the segment addition postulate, except we are adding angles. I got two smaller angles, BYH and TYH, and then the whole is BYT. So if it tells you that measure angle BYH is 40 and the measure angle TYB is 100, that's a part and that's the whole. What's the other part? Well, it's got to be 60. Whereas in number 9, it gives you that part, BYH is, HYB is 22, and then the other part, HYT is 50. then together 22 and 50 equals 72. Okay. Number 10, it gives us that HYB is n plus 5. We have the algebraic expressions. TYB is 4n minus 10. That's the whole. So I got the part here, got the whole here, and then the TYH rather is 2n plus 10. Doesn't it help a lot to have those things written in? Hopefully that's the way you're doing it. Now it's the part plus the part equals a whole. Make sure you don't go part plus whole equals a part. Simplify, get variables together. I got that n was equal to 25. And if n equals 25, then this angle equals 30. This angle up here equals 60. And then that angle HYB is 90. So my answer is, hold on, no, 30. Right. Measure of angle HYB is 30. And finally, angle bisector. This is like having a midpoint for an angle. An angle bisector splits the big angle into two congruent angles. So in this case, angle WEY is congruent with angle MEI. Or whatever yes, that. So if it tells you that WEI is 50, then IEM is also 50. They're equal. If it tells you that the whole there is 110, then the two parts got to be half of that, 55. They got to be the same, divided by 2. On number 13, when it tells you the smaller part is 2x plus 30 and that the other part is 5x minus 3, those two things are equal because of the angle bisector. Set them equal and solve. I got that x is equal to 11. Be a good idea to plug them in and make sure that they work. And then finally, number 14, it gives us that one of the parts is 5n plus 2 and that the whole is 12n minus 6. A part doesn't equal a whole. We need to know what the other part is. But because of the angle bisector, both the parts are equal. They're both 5n plus 2. Part plus part equals a whole. Go solve that sucker. I got that n was equal to 5. Plug them in and make sure it works, okay? But that's the answer. Hopefully that was helpful. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.